Reincarnation of the Strongest Sword God, Chapter 5 The Black Market Challenge. As a luxurious ornament box slowly opened, a dazzling array of multicolored lights burst out from within. Fortunately, Shai Feng was currently standing inside a dark alley. There were no players who would wander over here. Otherwise, such a spectacle would have incited the greed in their hearts, and Shai Feng would have been killed and robbed. When the glow of brilliance faded, a simple silver necklace and purple gold ring could be seen lying inside the luxurious ornament box. Carved on the ring's exterior were words resembling the ancient language of elves, and within them stored a tremendous magical power. Fortunately, it is still the ring of gravity. Shai Feng let loose of breath when he saw the appearance of the ring. Carefully, he took the ring out of the box and inspected it. Ring of Gravity, Mysterious Iron Rank. Equipment level 0, Strength +2, Agility +1, Endurance +1. Additional skill, Gravity Liberation, greatly reduces the gravity acted upon the user. Duration 30 seconds, cooldown 5 minutes. Great! It isn't just a bronze rank. After reading the item's introduction, Shai Feng became extremely excited. The situation was far better than he had expected. The equipment in God's domain was categorized into trash, common, bronze, mysterious iron, secret silver, fine gold, dark gold, and epic. At the start of the game, players only received trash equipment from the system. This equipment was utterly worthless at this stage of the game. However, there were no players who possessed common equipment. While you could buy common equipment in large cities, the prices were costly. As for bronze rank, those were extremely rare and only came with additional attributes. Mysterious iron equipment, however, only dropped from bosses. Needless to say, they were even more precious. In Shai Feng's previous life, the ring of gravity obtained by the player was only bronze rank. It gave only an additional 1 point of strength. The skill, Gravity Liberation, as well, only lasted for 15 seconds. It was a surprise to Shai Feng that completing the quest at level 0 would earn him a mysterious iron ring of gravity. As for the necklace, it was just a gray item. NPC merchants coveted these items and were willing to buy them at high prices. After wearing the ring of gravity, Shai Feng added the 4 free ability points it came from leveling all into agility. Shai Feng's agility rose to 12 points, his attack speed to 5 points, his movement speed to 6 points. He could almost rival a pure agility assassin at the same level now. My agility will reach 20 points after rising to level 3. At that time I can unlock the hidden basic skill of the agility system. Shai Feng looked at his attribute panel in anticipation. Shai Feng moved his body, feeling it become a lot livelier than before. He wouldn't be his previous sorry state if he were to face off with the town mayor Cross. Right now, if his agility reached 20 points, the condition of his body would become even greater after activating the basic skill, Fast and Nimble. He could even rival against Wulin experts depicted in wuxia novels. Afterwards, Shai Feng added 15 of his free mastery points toward his one-handed sword mastery, keeping the 5 remaining points for future use. With his one-handed sword mastery now at a total of 20 points, Shai Feng advanced from apprentice to basic swordsman, and the additional damage dealt by using a one-handed sword increased to 10%. He was still 30 mastery points away from advancing to intermediate swordsman. Regular attacks were only the basics of a swordsman. If one wanted to be an expert in the sword, skills were a must-have. The more the better, as this would create more flexibility when in battle, thereby allowing the swordsman to dish out greater damage. Shai Feng was both an expert of the sword and a person who had been reincarnated. Now that he had a special tool such as the Ring of Gravity, he needed a large amount of swordsman skills to display the true potential of swordsman. He could then level up at a fast pace, otherwise it would be possible to increase the efficiency of killing monsters by relying on normal attacks. I recall there being a black market challenge in Red Leaf Town trade area. Players who could clear the challenge for the first time would be able to obtain a skill book for swordsmen. Most skill books dropped by monsters around level 3 to 5, and their drop rates were pitifully low. At this stage of the game, there were still no players capable of grinding those monsters. It'd be a big waste of time if Shai Feng wanted to obtain other skill books from swordsmen. He also didn't have time for it. So the black market challenge was the only way could quickly obtain a skill book in Redleaf Town, in the trade area of Redleaf Town. Shops filled both sides of the street. There were pharmacies, smithies, bars, and more. It was extremely flourishing, just like a small market. However, the current trade area wasn't as lively as it should be. It hadn't been long since God's Domain started its operation, so most players were busy leveling up instead of enjoying what God's Domain had to offer. As a result, there were only the minority of lifestyle players staying here. They were here to learn auxiliary jobs such as enchanter, forger, pharmacist, chef, engineer, alchemist, ek. Buying herbs at a high price. Contact me directly if you have any. Buying ores, ripoffs can stay away. Sincerely buying high-ranking equipment. Price is negotiable. Willing to pay with credits. Many logistics staffers at workshops and guilds had set up a small stall by the roadside of the trade area. They were mainly here to buy items and equipment. Shai Feng quickly headed toward a 2-story building without halting. High-ranking gnomes guarded the building. Above the building read Black Market. This place was the dark side of Redleaf Town, and it was a place of entertainment built by those greedy gnomes. The gnomes' auction house could be seen just after entering the Black Market. Going down along the basement stairway led to 2 empty fields. One was the battle arena, while the other was the field for the challenge race. At the moment, several players were standing in front of the field. They were receiving the gnomes' challenge. Good luck, you gotta succeed this time. Good luck, stop those gnomes. A few players were currently cheering with all their might for an assassin player that stood on the field. Their reddened eyes made them look no different from crazed gamblers. The challenge race could be considered a testing grounds for a player's capabilities. Once a player entered the trial grounds, all their attributes would be fixed at 10 points, their skills disabled, and their equipment rendered useless. Within the 30-yard long and 10-yard wide field, players were only allowed to block or dodge the incoming shots from the gnomes' muskets. A victory would ensure once players arrived at the finish point. The gnomes gave out 3 ranks of challenges: copper prize, silver prize, and gold prize. After a challenge was completed, there'd be a 3-day cooldown. There was a fee of 5 copper for the copper prize, 5 silver for the silver prize, and 5 gold for the gold prize. Naturally, the higher ranked the challenge, the greater the prize. There was even a chance of obtaining a dark gold equipment. However, if a player obtained the first clear for the first challenge in Redleaf Town, the reward of the copper prize may be comparable even to the silver prize. In Shai Feng's previous life, the first clear was obtained by a swordsman named Fierce Gal, and the person had received a rare skill book for swordsmen. After a short while, the assassin on the field was struck. His body laid at the 20-yard mark, yet still 10 yards away from the final point. Despicable. Just a little more. Do you guys still have money? I'll definitely clear it this time. The male assassin said after reviving from the field. The male cleric shook his head, saying, "Boss Stabbing Heart, the 5 of us are already giving you all of our money. We don't have any more." By the side, Shai Feng shifted his sight toward the assassin. He was shocked after hearing the word Stabbing Heart. The person's body was covered in black cloth. He was a short and skinny stature, just like a monkey. Shai Feng could hardly believe that the monkey in front of him was Stabbing Heart, the assassin who ranked at number 10 on Star Moon Kingdom's assassin leaderboard. The assassin named Stabbing Heart shifted his gaze onto Shai Feng. After sizing Shai Feng up, his eyes revealed a gaze as if they had just found prey. With the leader, he walked up to Shai Feng and said, "Nice to meet you, friend. I'm Stabbing Heart, Assassin Squad leader of the Assassin's Alliance. Lend 5 copper to me and I'll return 20 copper to you tomorrow. How about it?" Stabbing Heart was just 10 yards away from the final point this time, so he was unwilling to accept defeat. He'd already figured out some of the challenge patterns, and he'd be able to clear it if given another chance. Hence, he thought of using the guild's name to shock and awe Shai Feng into lending him 5 copper. The Assassin's Alliance was a large guild that was well known in the world of virtual gaming. Any veteran gamer would know this name. Someone capable of becoming the squad leader of the Assassins was definitely a great expert, a figure that was respected by many players. Instead of lending, the average player would definitely just give 5 copper to gain some favors. 5 coppers, is it? After some thinking, Shai Feng answered, "I can lend you 5 coppers, but you have to pay back 50 coppers tomorrow." Stabbing Heart was surprised. He was Stabbing Heart, the Assassin's Alliance's famous squad leader. However, Shai Feng's uncourteous reaction was completely different than what he had imagined. it would be. Could Shai Feng be a rookie gamer? Seeing Stabbing Heart staying silent, Shai Feng asked, "Still borrowing?" "I'll borrow." Stabbing Heart wanted to weep. Other players would be going, expert, expert when they meet him, yet Shai Feng showed no such reaction. However, when he thought about the bountiful reward awaiting him, even 50 coppers was worth it. "Here's 5 coppers, let's add each other as friends. Don't forget to return the 50 coppers to me tomorrow." Shai Feng took 5 coppers from the 60 he obtained from selling the necklace, not forgetting to remind Stabbing Heart to return the 50. With tears flowing down his face, he received the 5 coppers and said, "Fine, I won't forget." Not knowing what Stabbing Heart was thinking, Shai Feng walked away from the trade. It was complete. He headed toward the green-skinned gnome, who was the challenge race administrator. "Sir, time is money. What business do you have?" The gnome administrator said in a lofty tone. "I want to enter the copper prize challenge," Shai Feng said as he handed over 5 coppers. After flipping the copper coins a few times, the gnome nodded his head in approval. He opened the wooden door to the challenge race, allowing Shai Feng to enter. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new challenger on the field. Please let us welcome this brave swordsman," the gnome loudly announced. "Boss Stabbing Heart, that kid that you lent you money is participating in the challenge race," the male cleric pointed out. The resting Stabbing Heart laughingly said, "That kid's just a rookie. Does he think the challenge race is so easy? Even though the distance is only 30 yards, the gnome's attack patterns will change after you get past 15 yards, and their attack rates greatly increase. Not to mention, even I had difficulty facing them. That's for sure. Even an expert such as Boss Stabbing Heart would only reach 20 yards. I'm guessing that kid will at most reach 5 yards before being done in." The male cleric nodded with a smile. Inside the field, the 3 gnomes standing at the finish line readied their muskets, aiming them toward Shai Feng. Above the challenge field, the timer started to count down. 3, 2, 1. Challenge start!